Thank you all for being here on time. It's so good.
Christina and Corey, sorry they tried to get in, but they're getting 404 message.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I just heard from her too.
thank you so much. So let's use the long Zoom link rather than the short one. Um, choop. Christina has figured it out. With
Oh, there she
oh,
is.
do you guys mind pasting this long link from the chat to anyone who's struggling? Can you help with that, Teresa?
Yeah, let me see if I may not be logged in on WhatsApp on my computer.
No worries. I'm also going to try and do it at the same time. Kickstarter. All right. Corey, I'm also texting Corey privately. Thank you everyone for being here. It's great to have you. We're getting close to Author Nation, which is very, very exciting. What we usually do is we go around the room and we just share news regarding Kickstarter and our lives generally. Then we dedicate a few long minutes to topics that people want to bring up. And then at the end, we commit to things for next week. Today, everyone, I'd like to make sure I'm going to ask you to hold me accountable for something technical. We usually put the commitments in the chat. Okay. Today, I'd like to 10 minutes earlier go through a round of everyone stating out loud what they are committing to. I think that there are two folds of why I want to do that. I'd like to do that for the speaking out loud, kind of, the accountability of it. There is something about prophesizing it. And B, sometimes we put it in the chat, and if I haven't downloaded it live, then I'm screwed with like sending you the email, this is what we committed to. And that happened to me last week, and I didn't enjoy that. So speaking it out loud will help me with the recording. I also want to welcome Karen for joining us. It's great to have you. It's nice to have a new face. And Karen, in a minute, will go, the entire room will present themselves, and then we'll give you the mic to say hi. Corey, thank you for joining, and I'm sorry about the tech issue. So I'll begin first, and then we'll go in the order that I put in the chat. So I am doing well. In a minute, I'll share some news with Destiny, but I'm really doing well and juggling a few things at the same time. I'm excited about Author Nation, and I feel maybe like a little bit disillusioned about Kickstarter, and I'd love to maybe later on, share that, open that with you. But life has been treating me well, working on getting the actual finished interior of The Boy Under the Floorboards done, like the 2.0 version, the one that I want to get for Destiny and for Bernadette and for everyone who pledged. And I, yeah, I think the last call last week made me more energized about Author Nation and about deciding to come and to make that, a useful, fun trip. And I cannot wait to see you all in person. So this was my short introduction. Next is Christina and then Cody.
Thanks, John. I'm still battling this flu, which is very terrible, but on the mend. And Vicky, she'll tell you about the ebooks went out this week and the bonus ebook. And I discovered a very tiny little, nobody's going to be able to see this but me, tiny little extra character on the dash on the back of our book, right? So we could fulfill the paperbacks, but I wrote to the book designer, asked him to remove that little, it's an extra character, and I'm still waiting for the cover. So this keeps me up at night because I would like the paperbacks to, we closed our, I mean, we're still open for late pledges, but I would like to have this out to people by the end of October. So I nudged the book designer again, and then we haven't gotten a copy of the hardback yet, too, because we were missing some text on the sides. So we don't have a sample of that, but we only have one person who ordered a couple of hardbacks. So my big thing is I really want to get the paperbacks out to people, put them into Ingram, put the addresses, but we're held up by this cover. And I asked my husband today, I said, "What, you think this is okay?" And he's like, "No, no, get the cover without the little extra hashtag." But it's delayed. And it drives me crazy. So that's, in addition to the coughing, that's what's keeping me up at night. So my complaints. Sorry. Sorry.
No, I think my heart and everyone's heart goes to you, and you know, I think it can be so frustrating, so
Mhm.
frustrating.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I want to thank your husband for insisting on you being pleased with the product. And everyone pledging on Kickstarter is
Mhm.
patient. Again and again, we're learning every week that
Mhm.
these are patient folks that know that to get a good product, it takes time.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah. Thank you, Christina. Next is Cody and then Corey.
Hi, everyone. I don't have much to report this week. My next Kickstarter campaign is in pre-launch phase. Thank you to everyone who followed it. I'm going to give myself some time to figure out exactly the specifications for the hardcover edition and how I want to fulfill it, and who I want to work with as a cover designer. The person I really want to work with is very expensive, so I'm going into Author Nation, planning to ask other authors about their experiences with cover design and if they have someone they would recommend, because I think it will work out best in the end if I use someone who is more in line with, standard rates on cover design. The guy that I want to work with is he's like 3 times more expensive, and I just don't think that makes sense. So that's kind of what I hope to do during Author Nation, among other things. But yeah, that's where I'm at with my campaign. It's looking like it would probably launch in the new year at this point.
Okay, great. Great. Excited to hear more about the cover and some of the dilemmas or whatever what you're facing. And thank you, Cody. Next is Corey and then Destiny.
Hi, am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm on my phone. Sorry about that. I don't really have a lot to report either. I've just been working on other stuff. I got the remainder of the physical items that I needed for my Kickstarter formatted, but not ordered, because I'm kind of hoping that a sale will come along on like Vistaprint or one of the other. And I'm not in any rush because I don't have the hardcovers yet, so no rush. So yeah, that's about all I have.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Corey. Next is Destiny. And after Destiny, Rachel.
Button. I have too many tabs open. Okay, so the Kickstarter on the full board middle grade is fully funded, and actually $5 over fully funded as of 10 minutes ago. And well, there's 54 hours remaining, and if I know anything about battles, if there anything like me was lost them all, people tend to bat more when they see something's fully funded, since they know for sure they're gonna get it, not like gamble.
Yeah, not like gambling. Destiny, I want to applaud you, and hopefully Bernadette will watch this recording. I would have not been able to do this without you. You know that to be the truth because
I am brilliant, yes.
you are brilliant and you've done all the hard work. And Substack recently, I'm just so impressed with everything that you've done, and I think that you should be very proud of yourself. Very proud of yourself.
You act like I'm not.
I want you to be even prouder. I love that. Well done. Congratulations. So such great happy news. Next is Rachel, and after that, Teresa.
So I first just want to say I'm so thrilled you guys are fully funded. That makes me so happy. Like, it's so awesome. Like, the congratulations. That's so good. Yeah, so I'm having a good day in the land of moving things forward for Kickstarter life. I'm super grateful for the feedback on Tuesday, and I have that huge exam that was kind of hanging over my head for the last couple of weeks. It is done. I don't have to think about it anymore, and I will, I'll find out the score like probably Christmas. So it's one of those kinds of things. So I've just been getting everything ready for Vegas and for Kickstarter. And I met with my editor this morning. So I've got all kinds of fun stuff happening, and I'm looking forward. I have questions for you all when we get to the next chunk about like calculating shipping and stuff. So
Great. And I want to applaud you, Rachel, for being vulnerable enough to share on Tuesday. And I hope that the feedback that you got was valuable, because I was so impressed. Yeah. Well done. Well done. I haven't had that courage to submit yet to the cohort, weirdly enough. So I'm learning from you. So thank you for that example. Next is Teresa, and then Vicky.
Hi everyone. I don't have much to report from the Kickstarter standpoint. I found out the second proof copy of the hardback will arrive next week. And the paperbacks are going to be delivered on the 31st. However, I'm leaving for Vegas on Monday because I'm going to be exploring and car camping and stuff. So, yeah. So I'll just take care of it all when I get back. But I'm finishing the short story this weekend. I'm having so much fun with it. And yeah, that's it. I'm a little behind because I picked up a new freelance job and they want this job done in October. So that means I have to have it done before I leave on Monday. So it's pushed me back a little bit, but other than that, things are good. My next campaign, I just really haven't been pushing it or working on it at all because of getting ready for Author Nation and, rounding out the last one. So I really don't want to wait until the first of the year though. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do it and still avoid the holidays. But
Great.
that may not be possible.
From your traveling before Author Nation, it sounds like you're a travel writer. And
Maybe just a little bit.
so inspiring, your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And maybe later on today, I know that you've got everything ready for speaking at Author Nation, but if you'd like to run anything by us, we would love to be of assistance for you. I'm so excited to see you on the stage. So if there is anything you'd like to think out loud on, I invite you to use that time. And thank you so much, Teresa. Next is Vicky, and after that, Karen.
I don't have much to report either because Christina reported on our progress this week. We got out the ebooks and the bonus ebook, which is great. The digital stuff is all done, and now we're just dealing with the print. And postcards are lined up too. Those are going out. And what else? I guess we're turning to Author Nation, but we don't have a lot to do for that because we're not in Reader Nation. So we don't have to bring books or have marketing or anything. We're just going to, hang out and go to as many panels as we can. Is there anything formal we're all doing? I mean, not formal, but are we expecting to do any kind of meetup kind of thing? Or we're just going to find each other?
Let's do it. It would be so fun.
It would be nice if we could arrange something for the people who were there. If there may be people not on the call who are also going to be there.
Vicky, who volunteered to organize it? You just did. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about you making it happen.
Oh, I see. All right. That's how it goes. Got it. I can definitely reach out to people on the WhatsApp
Great.
and
I'm
see
happy
who's
to
going to
do
be
it.
there and what days might work for people, and that would be really nice.
Great. Morning is good.
Um,
Evening is good. Midday, anything. It will be so nice to chat and to see you guys.
yeah, see people in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to leave early today, just so you know that I'm going to disappear. At one point, I'll send a chat. What is the plan though for the rest of these? Do these stop at Author Nation or do they continue past?
No, that's a great question. My hope is that they do not stop, and my
Mhm.
hope is that we up our game. Coming here back, restoring ourselves. Maybe we'll take a week off after mid-November. Maybe towards the end of November, we'll restore these meetings. My hope is that we'll up our game. Even hold each other accountable for this is my goal for 2026 on
Mhm.
Kickstarter. This is what I'd like to achieve. I'd like to have 2 projects during the year, or 3, or 1, and like to kind of have like some more meta strategic planning for 2026. And yeah, I'm in. I think as long as there is progress, I'm in. I'm into continuing.
Okay, great.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least, we have Karen. And Karen, if you don't mind introducing yourself, say how you've heard of us, and feel free to talk at length. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay. Well, thank you for welcoming me in, which I feel like it's last minute, but I had no idea that the cohort calls were going on, that this was happening until very recently. And I actually had the Tuesday meeting on my calendar, but I was desperately working on some Kickstarter campaign stuff. So, and I forgot. But Isabella sent me to this. So thanks for having me. So my real name is Karen White, and my author name is Karen Gray. It's just one step over, but it's not secret. Um, I I'm going to be speaking at Author Nation on publishing audiobooks. I was an audiobook narrator for a whole big chunk of my career, and I've been running a marketing company for audiobooks for the past 3 years, but I'm shifting more toward author education. So I will also be, this is all, a lot of this is very last minute. I will be doing the vendor day on Monday. So you can come talk to me about audiobooks if you want. And then I'm speaking Thursday afternoon. And I am I'm launching my very first Kickstarter on Monday, the 3rd, the day of everything's happening at once. So I I've been getting most of my information from the Facebook for Authors, um, Kickstarter for Authors
Sorry for
Facebook
authors.
group. Yeah. And Anthea's old book. I don't have her new book, but I'm doing the best I can. I did do a multi-author Kickstarter a year ago, and a couple of people in that group were pretty um, experienced. So I'm I'm working with a lot of templates from spreadsheets and things that they had created for that. So I feel like in pretty good shape, but also like I have no idea what I'm doing at the same time. Yeah, so it's in pre-launch. I have 32 followers.
That's that's a lot. We've learned here that it's a lot. Do you
Oh, okay.
do you mind sharing the link with us in the chat so that
Oh,
we can
sure.
follow?
Of course, I have that tab open.
Mhm.
But not that
And
tab.
and is it romance? Is it
Yes.
Mhm.
It is a very large omnibus of my first series, which is set in the 1980s. So when I published the books, I was, I think, wisely encouraged to not lean into the 80s design-wise because I wanted to sort of fool contemporary romance readers into reading my books because it's not a shelf, it's not historical, it's not contemporary, it's in between. But I've been wanting to sort of go more 80s with it for a long time, and so if you see the cover, it is very 80s, and everything that I'm doing is really leaning into that. I have like these mini bookmarks with QR codes to a whole bunch of playlists. Every book has a lot of music references in it, as well as other pop culture. So I'm only doing a hardback in terms of uh, print fulfillment. And then the books are already in audio, so I'm also offering that, and ebooks, of course, and then a bunch of different artwork. So, oh, I have now a new follower. Thanks, John. Yeah, but everything was I mean, I literally got this cover design a week ago. I ordered the proof copy like 2 days later, but there was a lot of, of course, I did the end pages. I did the some of the interior formatting. So I was, working through all of that. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's a steep learning curve, as I know you all know. Um, I did have one question, which I don't know if that's a different part of the discussion. I'm happy to wait, but um, yeah,
Great,
that's about it.
great. So I will say that we have seen many pre-launch pages. Usually they're very short and reticent, and yours is designed beautifully.
Oh, thanks.
Like not only the visuals but also the text and the division looks very one of the best pre-launch pages that I've seen. So that's great.
Oh, thanks.
And it's great to have you here. And indeed, you're right. And now, as we're transitioning to section number 2 of this meeting, we are taking questions or spotlights. So let's see. So Karen has one question. Rachel, who wanted to share? So Rachel is a share. Karen, Teresa. Okay, so we have 3 people. So let's do about 7 minutes for each. And then we will transition to audibly committing to what we're committing to for next week. And next week will be the last meeting that we'll have on Zoom before the Author Nation, and we will not have Teresa, I assume. Let's begin with Rachel, then Teresa, and finally Karen. Rachel, your 7 minutes are beginning.
Thank you. So I haven't incorporated all of the feedback from Monday yet, so I'm not going to put the screen up because I don't think it will change much. Other than if you guys want to see character art and there's time, I will show you guys the cool character art that's coming, just because it's so cool. So if there's time. But the main thing I'm looking at is I have been thank you. I think it was Cody. I think you were the one who pointed out like, hey, that tier looks like a weird price. And I totally made a math error on it. And so one of the things I was thinking about after the call on Monday was thank you, Destiny. I love that. Was looking at kind of like drop shipping versus sending things in one box. And so, because like when I'm calculating the price for shipping, that's going to be I don't know, they could potentially be different. Like, because I think I can get quoted prices pretty easily for like, if you just want the book and you want drop shipped to your country, I can get you what price that's going to be from any of the printers that I'm looking at. And if, like, um, like if I am instead having all of it come to me, boxing it and then shipping it, then I'm not quite sure how to estimate the price. Like if there's a good way to do that other than like estimate high and hope I'm right. But I'm curious, like if there's like a tool or how you guys figured it out. And if there is, so like, if someone ordered a paperback, like almost all the ones I've ordered from Kickstarter, they come in like if there's like stickers and character art, like it all comes in one thing together, not like here is your character art bundle and then your book comes straight from the printer. But I'm curious, like if anyone's kind of played with variations on that, what your experience is, and if anyone has any recommendations on how to best estimate shipping costs, I would super appreciate any thoughts on that.
I can answer from what we did a year ago on the multi-author project. And Katie or Lainey Davis has recommended this going for me as well, which is if it's outside, I'm in the United States, and if I'm shipping outside of the United States, she suggests drop shipping those directly from, now this is if you're working with Book Vault or a company that is else outside, that has shipping outside of the United States, that are shipping from those countries. And what I'm doing is only offering flat things when I'm shipping outside of the United States. So I'm not offering my book, I mean my box, partly because of the stuff in it, I'm afraid is not going to get through GSP
Yeah.
or whatever, because it's candy, candles I'm making, and some other stuff. But
Yeah, I have like a drop spindle kit with like wool fiber like in one of the boxes. That's not going to go outside of like, I think I could probably ship to Canada, mostly because if I needed to, like I'm right next to the border, like I can literally drive to a Canadian post office if I needed to. Like and like that's an option for me. And I know I have someone in Canada who might want it, but like I think I may, because I'm nervous that that's going to be a problem.
but
You
there's
know,
a certain
overseas.
up to, I think, 6 by 9, but you can find this online pretty easily. But there's a size of envelope that it's just one rate, that it's flat to mail anywhere in the world. So I think that's a good way to go, is if like for your character art, for your whatever flat swag you have, to
Yeah.
do that way, because that's just one, you know, however much the envelope is, and then it's like 175, I think, is the stamp. And then similar, and then just for your US shipping, if you have pirate ship, if you work with them, it's pretty easy to plug in sort of random addresses and estimate. Because if you're
I'll
just
take
doing
a
the
look,
book,
yeah.
obviously you can do book mail, but if you're doing book plus swag, then you have to ship regular.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully
That's really useful, Karen. And Karen, if you write your email and your phone in the chat, we'll add you to a WhatsApp group. I'm curious to find out more technical details about what you just mentioned about this international flat rate. Anyone else? We have 1 more minute for Rachel's comment. Anyone else? Corey?
Yeah, Rachel, I would say in terms of like drop shipping versus ordering everything to your house and sending everything out from there, I think it's totally fine to have two separate packages. Like for, you know, the book boxes, maybe you would prefer to actually have the book in the box. But otherwise, it's totally fine to send in two packages. There's no expectation that everything is all going to be in a single package. The drawback of drop shipping is that you can't sign the books. I mean, you can do like a printed version of your signature, a digital version of your signature, but if you're promising that you're going to sign the books by hand, then that might be a potential problem. But you also don't have to include shipping in the price that you're going to name, like whatever your object is. Like you can charge shipping later, and the people who purchase will then be charged shipping at the time of purchase. So you don't have to, like in terms of when you're making your tiers right now, you don't necessarily have to incorporate shipping into that, especially because like circumstances may change, you know, like the tariff situation in the United States is so weird, and nobody really knows what is going to happen with that. So, you know, 2 months from now, when you're fulfilling your Kickstarter, it may be a completely different landscape. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely,
yeah.
definitely. And I will just, if you're okay with it, I'll share the character art while I just say I'll give that a try.
You have
This is
30 seconds for that.
30 seconds. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you.
Ooh, it looks
So
great.
this is my dragon turned human. So
Very cool.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
thank you.
Next is Teresa.
Hi, so you had wanted me to speak, see if I had any questions about speaking. It's actually, I'm only going to have 10 minutes. I talked with Shell Honecker. She's publisher of Indie Author magazine. She's moderating, but basically she's going to talk to me and then she's going to talk to Willow. And she said she wanted to talk to me first because Willow can talk. So, but other than that, that's I'm just going to answer whatever she asks me. We did cover some things, like she asked if I was willing to talk about the whole breast cancer thing because that's what kicked me into writing my fiction. And I said, absolutely. I'm actually going to be writing a memoir about that. So, but I had a question. I mean, and I speak a lot. I do a lot of speaking engagements, so I'm like, I've got this. It's in front of 1,000 people, but that makes me a little nervous. But haven't spoken to a crowd that big before. But I have a question about. So I'm printing up new business cards because previously all my business cards were under the local tourist. That was my business, my brand, and all my fiction. All my nonfiction is written under Teresa L. Goodrich. Well, I'm now not the local tourist is still my publisher, and that's still my travel writing. But I'm also Teresa L. Carter, and that's my pen name for my fiction. And I'm now kind of branded myself as the joyful storyteller. But I'm trying. I just can't wrap my head around what name do I put on the business card, and how do I say like Teresa L. Goodrich. Like Teresa L. and then maybe Goodrich for nonfiction, Carter for I don't know. I'm probably making it too difficult. But any advice, or if you have a pen name that's not like Karen, your pen, you go by your real name, but then you use your pen name, and it's not secret, and that's the way I am too. I don't want it to be secret. So if you've got any suggestions,
Yeah. Can I jump in? First of all, I think that it's a great thing to differentiate. Well done for differentiating SEO. Well done. Well done. Ideas. First of all, you can have different cards. A card for your nonfiction persona, a card for your fiction persona, a card for being a coach. You can print 100 of these, 100 of, like you can have different cards, and based on the conversation that you had, you can give to the person whatever is relevant. So that's one thing. Another thing is two sides of the same card. One side feels nonfiction-y and is maybe more official. Another side feels more fiction-y. But I have like 7 hats under different companies and different investments, and I like several cards sometimes do it better, several signatures on my emails. So that would be my recommendation. Anyone else?
Yeah, I solve, well, I don't know if I solved this, but I publish domestic thrillers under C.B. Peterson, and that's my full legal name, Christina Bufus Peterson. But so I had a bookmark for Boucher Khan with my Christina Bufus with my jail mystery series on one side, and the C.B. Peterson, which is a different, grittier side of me. I don't know why I decided to. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't have published under that name, but whatever. And it's 2 different sides. So, and I found out on Amazon, you cannot link those author pages because I talked to them at Amazon. So you can't link to them, but you can reference them. So I think it helps to explain personally, rather than having separate cards for different personas, to have one card explaining or having the dual-sided, so you don't miss the opportunity for people who might want your nonfiction, or that's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah, and the thing is with the whole, because like even all my social media is now Teresa Storyteller, and because I wanted to, like with my Substack, I write I write the travel related, and I write personal essays, and then I also promote and share my fiction. So I didn't want to have it, and my website is Teresa's book. So I'm just like, I'm not quite Cher or Madonna, but I'm going with the one name thing. So, but I think, having the idea of having the double-sided business cards, I saw Cody, you said you do that, and Rachel suggested it too. So I think that's probably the way to go. Thank you.
I do actual like postcards. So like right here, that's one side, and that's all about like one of my books. The idea is like drive people for the books, and then the other side is more about me and all the different like business of publishing stuff that I do. So like, I like having a little more real estate than the business card, because then you can like put in information that's like reminds people, oh, this person does this, and oh, that's why I might want to reach out. So and it, you know, it feels just a little more hefty and you know, it's a little awkward to exchange sometimes. You're like, this is not just a business card. This is bigger than that. But it's worked out really well for me over the past like year and a half since I've been using it. So I plan to do this again and like refresh the brand soon, but I still have some of these to hand out too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Just one other thought, because like I know that there are some folks who will do like the business card is basically like it's like a bifold. So like it looks, you have like a front, a back, and then you have essentially, you basically have like 4 business cards in one, like the space of 4 business cards in one, and it's just folded in half. So like that's also an option. Or if you have something that's unifying, like if you are Cher, I don't know. I also like take a thing of like Taylor Swift with her Eras tour, where it's like you've got, you know, Taylor at the top, Taylor Swift at the bottom, and then you've got like the font of each era with the album name like on like that's kind of what I'm picturing. Like you could do that with, depending on how many eras of Teresa Goodrich there are. You could do something like that too. Just a thought. So
Awesome. Well, and if that kind of card, then it opens like a book. So
Yes.
yeah.
That's great. Thank you, everyone, and thank you,
Thank you.
Teresa, for that. And cannot wait to see you. In my view, you speak in front of millions, not thousands. So 1,000 people is so easy for you. Excited to see you on stage. Last but not least, Karen.
Sorry, I just inhaled something.
Take your time.
So my question is about the positives and negatives of getting input from backers on choices. Like how much it would be good to do this. And as an example, I have in my flat swag a bookmark, and I'd been waiting for my cover design to design the bookmark because I want them to match. So I haven't done it yet. And I thought, well, I could make 2 or 3 different designs and then have a poll of backers and ask them to choose. But then I thought, so that would be sort of something to have them be active and be part of it. But I thought the negative side of that is that some people might get really attached to one of the designs and then be disappointed if that one didn't win. So I just wanted to see if other people had had experience with this or had heard about people doing this kind of a thing, and the what you see as the positives and negatives.
I have heard of, I've done that with covers for my books before. Like I'll put it out on the Facebook group, but and people have their favorites, and I don't do that anymore because now I'm like, no, this is the cover. But with the bookmarks, what you could do is whatever you can offer all 3 as a digital file. Because I think it's great to do that with the bookmarks, because then you're going to build that engagement and excitement, and whichever ones don't, you know, aren't selected, all 3 can be included as a digital
Oh, that's a
PDF.
great idea. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Karen, I would ask you though, like you said that you're launching next week and you're going to Author Nation and you're kind of overwhelmed with all of this. And as John was saying at the beginning, like I think some people get sort of like burnt out on Kickstarter or disappointed with the promise of Kickstarter because there's this sense that like it's something that you can do fast or something that you can do that's like easy to do, which it is not. It is neither of those things. So I just wanted to ask you, you said you're launching next week, and like why do you feel like you need to launch next week?
Well, first of all, I kind of committed to on Kickstarter in terms of when my end date is, and maybe that's changeable, but I had originally decided to do it because I'm going to be at Reader Nation and I wanted to sort of do it as part of that.
Okay.
And then also the timing of um, the again, what someone else was saying, sort of before the holidays, but
Sure.
I would be sending it in the spring. So I'm
Sure.
not trying to sort of make it for the holidays, but just to sort of have people spending before Good Black Friday. That's sort of
Totally.
That was my
Absolutely. And
idea.
I absolutely get that impulse, and I get the desire to push before the end of the year. But I do think that it is beneficial when you do your Kickstarter to have your prototype version so that you can show it in videos, so that you can, demonstrate all the fancy stuff that people are going to be getting. So, you said that you just ordered your prototype and that you're kind of still waiting on that. And you might want to, like, are you planning on the 17 days as is like generally advised on the Kickstarter for Authors Facebook page?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the
So that
third
means
to
it's
the
going to be,
21st.
that means it'll be running while you're at Author Nation, which
Oh,
is,
yeah.
which is stressful, right? Like that's going to be something that will be, you're going to be wanting to send backer updates. You might be wanting to change your cover. You might, your like cover pictures, you might be wanting to make changes in the story. And while you're at Author Nation, that's going to be stressful to do. So I think, Victoria and Christina could speak a little bit more about this because I know they had a similar structure when they were going to BoucherCon, and they decided that they were going to push the Kickstarter until after the con and just have like a QR code that goes to the pre-launch page so you can collect pre-launch followers. And that could potentially be a way of capitalizing on being at Author Nation without totally overwhelming yourself and feeling like you are being, just totally destroyed by running the Kickstarter at the same time that you're doing something else. So like, I think that there is a lot of perception that Kickstarter is something that you can do just like easy, no problem, easy to throw it up, something that you can plan in like a month and put up. I think I would advise anybody who wants to run a Kickstarter to not even think about launching it until 6 months from the day that you start planning it. Like, because you would need the time to do the design, to make any changes to the design that you want to have made, to get a copy of the prototype, to like, for me personally, I always do all the design and then I change everything. I'll put everything together and then I'll decide like, oh, you know what? I want to change the color and the font. So I'm just going to change everything. And it's always better the second time, but I can't figure that out until I do it the first time. So I just want to say like that sounds really stressful to me to do it all at once, and I might advise you to wait. And I know it feels like, oh my God, I have to do this right now, but waiting until January is not long at all. Like that's it. It will not. By the time you get back from Author Nation, you will be halfway through November. It'll be almost Thanksgiving. You will have Thanksgiving stuff to deal with, and then you will have Christmas stuff to deal with, basically immediately. So I don't know. It's kind of about how stressed you want to be.
That's good input. I
will add, Karen, as we wrap this up, I will add that that people are understanding. Even if you committed, people are understanding. They want to get the best product. They want you to be happy. So, just do consider this. I think we all nodded a lot with Corey's comments. So do consider that.
May I just want to say, and if you want to drop your preview page in our WhatsApp group, once you're added, then we can all take a look at it and give you feedback if you'd like.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Exactly. The preview is super important. And now that I have your number, I'm going to add you to the WhatsApp. All right, you guys. So now, and thank you, Karen, for sharing. So now let's do a round of what we are committing to. Let me just, before we do that, should we cancel next week? Because if we might not have Christina, we might not have Teresa, or we will definitely not have Teresa. Cody, Corey, Rachel, Friday next week's Halloween. Is it a happening?
It's the day I'm flying to Vegas, so I just have to check the flight time. So it probably won't work because I'll probably be in the airport at this time. But I don't actually remember what time my flight leaves, so I have to check my calendar for that to confirm.
Yeah. I think
let's cancel.
Yeah, I think let's cancel. So I think we will be holding the WhatsApp group Vivacious. Let's decide on that. just so we can support one another. I will need your support. Let's talk about the next date, and then we'll know what we are committing to. I'm thinking of either the 14th or the 21st of November. Do you think the 14th is too early? Probably not, right? November 14th after Author Nation. Yay or nay?
To me, it sounds awesome because I feel
Yeah.
like we'll all have all these like cool ideas and be like,
Mhm.
at least I will be bubbling with excitement and enthusiasm. And yeah, I will also, if anyone is near Western New York at all, there's an independent author day at the library in Buffalo. So I'll put that in our WhatsApp group. So if anyone is around, I think they're still accepting, like, I mean, registration is free. You can just kind of show up at the library, but they're still accepting other things. So
That's great. Thank you for that. So let's see what we can commit to for 3 weeks. So I will begin, and then we'll go after me, hopefully in the same order that we went, or something like that. I am committing to being calm in Author Nation, because otherwise I will not have fun, and I will not be fun to hang around. I'm an extreme introvert, and I'm very stressed about the notion. So I think my main task will be to remain calm, and to show you some timeline of the campaigns that I'd like to do in 2026. So to show you a timeline and to be calm. These are the things that I'm committing to. Let's go next with Christina and then Cody. What are you committing to until mid-November?
Well, I'm really hoping to get all the books fulfilled. I'm waiting for the two covers, the hardback cover, the paperback cover, get those out. I'm committing to having fun in Author Nation this time. It feels a lot less stressful than BoucherCon, where Vicki and I were both presenting on panels. And I'm basically, aside from fulfilling the books, I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm not going to stress myself. I just finished revisions for the third book in a different series, and maybe that'll be my Kickstarter separate from Vicki. I haven't decided, but I just sent it to the proofreader today, and I'm committing to getting healthy and like taking down the pressure off myself for the next 2 weeks.
Yay, I love hearing that. Thank you so much, Christina. Cody and then Corey. What are you committing to by November 14th?
November 14th is right around the corner, so I'm going to commit to enjoying Author Nation and look forward to seeing many of you there. And I'm not committing to anything beyond that because I know that this decision around the cover is going to be difficult, and it has all sorts of implications for the budget that I'm going to want to work through. It's going to take me some time. So I will have made progress on that, but I will not be fully committed yet.
Great. Thank you, Cody. That's perfect. Corey and then Destiny.
Oh, sorry. I am kind of in a holding pattern on my Kickstarter, so I probably won't make any progress there before the 14th, but that will be either my last or second to last week of my quarter for my master's program. So as soon as that's done, then I'm on break for 6 weeks, and that really changes the scope of what I'm capable of doing. So excited about that.
Great. Thank you so much, Corey, Destiny, and then Rachel.
My goal is to have the late presents out and finished in like a week's time, depending on if we do any late presents, as long as a week and a half time, and then start thinking about doing the battle surveys.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Destiny, Rachel, and then Teresa.
So between now and November 14th, big thing is the Kickstarter will get launched and it will go live. So I have a whole bunch of little things that have to happen between now and then. And so that's included in that big goal. I really appreciate you guys talking about how you want to be at Author Nation. I'm in the point where like I've never been before, so I'm all like, this is gonna be so much fun. And I also am committing to making sure that I give myself some space to really rest between now and when I fly to Vegas, and even when I arrive in Vegas, because it's kind of been a pile of deadlines in both day job and then doing Kickstarter at the same time. So those are my big goals. So ready for Kickstarter launch, ready for Vegas, rest time to restore. So
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Rachel. Teresa, and then Karen.
Rachel, it's going to be my first time as well, so we can rah together. And I am going to commit to surviving Death Valley because I will be there on Halloween. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Camping in Death Valley on Halloween. Anyway, and also not overdoing it. I'm a #1 achiever, if you know Clifton's strengths. And so I want to do everything. I want to do it all. And I know that's just not possible because I'll be completely overwhelmed and will end up making myself sick. So I'm going to try to breathe, try to remember to breathe and be calm. And then when I get back, I should have all the books. Actually, no, the hardcovers won't be back because I'm getting the proof when I'm gone. Anyway, I'll have the paperback shipped. So I'll commit to that.
Paperback sheet. Perfect. Great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, everyone who will be there in person. I'm a hugger. If you're not, just let me know and I will, but.
Oh my God. I was about to say that I'm a hugger and that I am apologizing and like do this if you don't want one because I'll hug you excessively, all of you. Thank you so much, Teresa. Next, last but not least, Karen.
I think I'm gonna echo what everyone said. I'm gonna try to take a lot of time for myself during Author Nation because I'm a gregarious introvert, so I tend to um, exhaust myself at these kind of events. But I do look forward to meeting new people, and I've never been either to this particular event, so I look forward to it, and I by the 14th, if I continue on with the plan, I'll be partway through um, my my campaign. So I hope to be doing well with sending updates and doing all the things at that point.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for committing out loud. Let's keep the WhatsApp alive. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you some of you in person, but definitely all of us back on Zoom, November 14, same place and same time. Thank you all for great participation today.